Yeah, look, we're excited about this project and excited to be involved because Australian ag is unique globally with the scale of land that Australian farmers are dealing with, the challenge of a changing climate. The typical variable rate and ag tech tools that are out there are not necessarily well suited to Australian farmers. They aren't suited to the scale. They aren't suited to the variability that might occur across that land. With this project, we're really excited to bring the latest science and research-based science and apply it specifically to Australian conditions to help them understand that some of the barriers that have been there historically about adopting variable rate technology and varying inputs across their land might actually be worth overcoming with the return on investment that we can show them they can get from varying those inputs across their farms.
In terms of why now, Steve, we really think that the timing is perfect for this type of project. We've never had access to so much data, tens of thousands of satellites covering our Earth every day. And we now have the cloud technology to be able to use that to get the insights that Matt was talking about in terms of variability, inputs, and optimization of those for farmers. So we think the timing is just perfect to take advantage of technology and data. And then in terms of how we apply that, in operationalizing science, but more so, we're really excited with this project in particular around taking a platform and hub approach. So one hub, one technology, a consistent approach to solve for land use optimization, nutrient use efficiency, but then also a changing climate. So the ability to really be able to scale that work consistently is super exciting to us, and particularly with how we're going to then take this to the market and our end users after that. So yeah, we're pretty excited about what we're going to be able to do with this project. So our role, we're the technology implementation provider. So our role is really to operationalize the leading science, both from a future climate point of view, but also looking at land use optimization and nutrient use efficiency. So we'll be driving the development sprints. We'll be working really closely with the broader project team to operationalize technology effectively to deliver on the features and capability that are really going to get to the insights and answers that are going to matter most to agronomists and our end users.
So one of the big problems that we're seeing from our clients and also other growers is managing landscape variability. It's a time-consuming and costly problem that they face every day. And I think what's really exciting about this project is that the intention is to provide that critical information that makes best use of their most important resource, their time. And as side benefit, you're going to be seeing improvements in productivity, improvements in sustainability, and overall profitability of growers, because they then have the information to be making decisions in a timely fashion. So the value of the project to our business is, so Farmanco has been providing benchmarking services to over 300 broadacre and livestock producers for over 25 years. So at our farm business review meetings, our management consultants, they analyse up to 70 different production measures to evaluate the whole of the business, the cropping and the livestock enterprise, and also looking at machinery efficiency. So as you know, we've recently expanded to incorporate the carbon emissions information as well, which is we're really excited about. And the way that we collect the data allows us to provide insights at that crop or livestock enterprise. So that gives growers the ability to determine what the production and financial attributes that contribute to their, to their bottom line. So at the moment, we're developing, improving that capability to take it at the paddock level. So at the moment, it's at enterprise, and we'll be taking it to the paddock level later on this year, around August. And as you can imagine, taking it to the paddock level, this new capability will allow for a deeper comparison of production and profitability. And what we're really excited about this project in particular, and the problem it will solve for us, is it has the potential to take it one step further. And that's one of our main drivers forward to being interested in this project and partnering in this project, because I think it will help growers to make a more informed decision and ultimately improve their performance and sustainability, growers across WA. Yes, so Farmanco, I mean, we're looking to be involved in a couple of areas. Firstly, like we've got over 750 clients and support multiple grower groups. So we have a good feel for what will work well on farm, what the drivers of change are and what support mechanisms that are needed to sit behind that. So the areas in particular we're looking to support the other partners, so Curtin, DPIRD, NGIS, around the communication and extension and engagement of the project outcomes. We're hoping to offer some support in the development, like assisting the development and testing of the platform. We have a few lessons learned in this space from the setting up Agri-Analytics, our sister company. So, which has taken our benchmarking from an Excel spreadsheets to an online platform where growers can enter their own data. So we've got a few lessons learned in that space, which I think will help this project. Also advice around what the production and also benchmarking parameters may be. That includes that carbon space as well, and agronomy, PA and management consultancy advice, you know, as deemed necessary as the project carries on. So we're really excited about this project. You know, some great partners involved, and I think there's going to be some brilliant outcomes to come of it.
You know, from an industry perspective now, we have all these amazing sensors and things that can collect all sorts of information, but actually the data doesn't mean anything unless you turn it into a decision. So I think that's a real opportunity for this project and the tool that's being developed to be able to take the data that's being collected on farm and actually turn it into a management decision to make it valuable. Because, you know, farmers are having to invest so much money in the harvest is now $1.4 million. And then you want to add in the technology cost on top of that and analysis. And often they don't want to pay for that because they say, oh, I've spent $1.4 million. Why would I invest another, you know, $5 a hectare or whatever it might be on it? So I think, yeah, if you can turn that data that they're collecting into a useful decision, it becomes valuable. And particularly when we're starting to have to measure things on farm and be more accountable for either our emissions or what kind of fertilizer or, you know, herbicides and things we put where, being able to collect that data for a reason and put a value on it, I think is really important for the ag industry. Value for DPIRD, I think, is being able to collect on-farm data and apply good science to interpret it. So much of the intensive research we do then gets upscaled to larger scale, you know, is applicable over larger scale. So by DPIRD officers and researchers being able to use this tool, they'll be able to, I guess, measure their experiments and things that they do with that good science and data analytics in the background, because not all of us are actually GIS specialists. So, you know, a tool like this has that good science and the spatial analytics and that can then be interpreted in the paddock with the researchers. So my involvement in the project will be, I think, more advisory in providing. I have very good experience working with growers to apply the technology and also scientists, and have an understanding of the research and some of the challenges and how this applies practically in the field. So my role will be helping provide advice on that, and also being involved with DPIRD's project officers with helping with the data analytics and interpretation, and providing access to some of our trial data and spatial data that we've been working on, so we can actually jumpstart the project and test this up front before we take the hub out to be used in the broader field.